It wouldn't be a good Valentine if I didn't see this sweetheart today. Who is she? You'll meet her coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning with the Embassy Suites Resort at Kingston Plantation. We're focused on the 13th annual American Hardball that will be held here this Saturday night. And we're visiting with one of the longtime volunteers, Hilda Carter. Good morning, Hilda.
Good morning,
Hilda
Greg.
Merritt Carter, that is, and happy Valentine's
well,
Day.
Happy Valentine's
It's great
to
being
you.
with one of my
Yes,
sweethearts.
yes.
You and Emma Claire, hopefully she's tuning in this morning. This is very special getting you in, Hilda. It's been, golly, almost 2 years, a year and a half.
Probably has been.
With our,
I've been busy.
That's right, you have been busy with our short sabbatical off air.
Right.
And, of course, you were so instrumental in the reason we actually kicked off the show.
Yeah.
You and Donald Smith, our director, back in, what was that, August of 2002?
Oh, gracious. Has it been that long?
It has. It's
Yes.
amazing, Hilda. That time
Yes.
leading up to the kickoff, I guess it literally is 5 years ago.
It certainly is,
that
and
we
I
began
didn't realize
planning it out.
Well, see, Donald and I are smart. We got you to do it.
You know, Donald is smart.
Yeah,
and I know
he
you
is.
are. Excuse me, I know you are. We're as a trinity there. It's an opportunity to really kick off something special, Hilda.
It really is. And I really missed you when you were off of the air, and so did everybody else.
Well,
Because this was great to be able to know what everybody's doing and who's in town, who's out of town. And this, to me, was a very special TV show for locals.
Right,
You
right,
know?
sure.
And I think we got a hold of some of the people coming here from Canada
Right.
and everywhere else, and they said, we're going to get in on this. We'll know where the locals are going and
Sure.
where they're partying and, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think the show has been really great for our area.
I appreciate
And I'm
you
glad
saying
it's
that.
back on the
Of course,
air.
one of the exciting things for us now, Hilda, is you remember your son was with us, Jackie Thompson, the first week we
I
got
know,
back on
he
air.
really was.
Up
yeah.
there at over at Myrtle Beach Lighting, but the real experience and the
Yeah.
thrill there was the opportunity to now be able to watch it online
I know.
at CarolinaPeople.com. All
Yeah.
all the interviews here, 25-minute interviews, are streaming online, beautiful quality. If you visit CarolinaPeople.com,
I know.
you can see your son there.
I
and
got
of
to
course-
break down and get a computer.
Oh, Hilda, you need to.
I love my typewriter. I'm like Mickey Spillane.
Yeah.
My fingers just fit that typewriter.
Well, you know, fingers would fit the computer
I know.
keypad as well.
Well, Jackie's taught me how to use it, but still, I love my typewriter.
Yeah,
You know.
I think it's tough for folks to get off of a typewriter. You and
Yeah.
Mickey and John Maroney. There's a
Yeah,
number
I
of folks who
know.
still love their typewriter.
I know. It's just, I don't know, it's comfortable, you
Yeah.
know. And I've got my desk set up right there in my kitchen.
Right.
And so I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go in to get me a little snack and
Right.
then hit the typewriter. And I'm pounding away
Oh, yeah.
on around town.
Around town, your
Yeah.
weekly column in the Myrtle Beach Herald, the local
Yeah.
newspaper.
That's right, too.
That is a very popular column. I noticed last week you had some tremendous folks in there, a profile or a spotlight on the Hardball committees, but
Right.
also on the Long Bay
Yes,
Symphony.
That's true. Oh, talking about Long Bay Symphony. You remember the show we did with the Long Bay Symphony, the 3 beach music legends?
Yes.
Well, it's going to come back.
You're kidding.
Well, if I can get with Charles and we can sit down and talk and come up with it, I think we're going to have it again.
And, of course, those 3 beach music legends, Maurice Williams,
Maurice
Bill
Williams,
Pinckney,
and
Billy Scott of Billy Scott and the
Yeah,
Prophets. Those were
yeah.
tremendous. That was a tremendous show at Myrtle Beach High School. Probably one of the biggest events for the Long Bay Symphony in
I was
its
so
history.
proud of it.
Those were
Yes.
tremendous folks. And, of course, we were there at Fred Shaw's studio up in
Right.
Florence.
Yes, doing the
filming
show.
and had a lot of the folks that are involved
all
in
the
beach
beach
music and
music
helping to
people.
promote that event.
Yeah.
Not only Bill Pinkney traveling over from Sumter,
Yeah.
but also Maurice Williams came down from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Billy Scott came down from the
Char-
Triangle or
well,
from Charlotte at
yeah.
that time. It's amazing to see as folks
it
traveled
is.
all around to help make that event a successful one.
Oh, I know
That was
it.
a big fundraiser for the Long Bay Symphony.
Well, it was, and we're going to do it again. I talked with Charles the other night. They had a violinist.
Timothy Fain, yeah.
I could have took him home with me.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Did he know
was-
that? Yeah.
I know. I was too ashamed to tell him.
And-
But he was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I love classical music, but I love jazz, and my best is beach music.
Yes,
You
yes.
know,
And you're one of the
that's
founding board members of Beach Music Association International, right?
Yeah, along with Harry Turner and Billy Scott.
Right,
The
right.
three of us sort of put our heads together. And then, of course, we got legislature on
Sure,
it,
the
and
legislator
that was- Yeah, in Columbia, and we went up and we sang for them, and they
Right.
just all give us a standing ovation.
Oh, yeah, on the State House
Yeah,
steps.
right.
That has been very popular, Hilda, year after year. And now y'all are
Oh,
doing that in
yeah.
North Carolina as well.
Oh yeah, and 2 or 3 other states too.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're starting again.
BMAI. A lot of
Yeah.
folks may not be familiar with BMAI,
Well,
but they
that's
need
Beach
to learn more
Music
about it.
Association International.
Harry Turner's a great
Yeah.
one, who really
Oh.
pumps it up. He's out there constantly doing it. Billy Scott,
Yeah.
and you, all three of y'all. And of course, recently the Beach Music Association International kicked off the Hilda Carter Awards in
Oh,
your
I know
honor.
it. Yeah,
It's
you
been
got
very
the
exciting.
first one.
I think Cecil Chandler got
Yes,
it last
he got
year.
the second one.
The second one, yeah. I
So
was,
the third one's coming up, and
Ooh,
I'm not
wow,
telling
is it a
who
secret?
it is.
Is it a secret?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a secret, but it's a good one.
is that right?
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
exciting.
pleased
I
with
hope
it.
you'll let me have an opportunity to get him or her whenever they're. Whenever
Oh, I
that's
hope
announced.
so. Yeah, because in fact, we hope that all our recipients will be there to see who's getting it this year.
Right,
You know, that'll
right.
be. And you know, in North Carolina, they also give the Hilda Carter Award.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Elaine
And-
Marshall, the Secretary of State up in North Carolina, as I know, on your board
Well,
now.
she's on our board,
Right.
and boy, she's a beach music fiend.
Is she really?
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know
she
that.
loves beach music.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
And the governor
And the
of
governor
North
Easley.
Carolina.
That's right. He's
Yeah.
a big fan. For our
He
viewers in
certainly-
southeastern North Carolina.
We
it's,
taught him when he was in Wilmington.
Right.
You know, they lived there, he and his wife.
Sure.
And, so we taught him what beach music was all about.
I love it, Hilda.
Yeah,
I
really.
love it. Speaking of Wilmington, you've got deep roots in Wilmington.
Oh yeah, a lot of my kin people are still there
Right.
on both sides of my family. But the main thing too that beach music is going to be doing is working with the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce,
Really?
and we're going to have a different Sun Fund this year. It's not
No.
going to be the same. But I'm not going to let too many things out.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Holly McMillan, she's working really hard on this.
Yes.
And we're trying to pull something together, and if it does, it's going to be great. I mean, it won't be just 1 week of Sun Fun. It'll be from the front of the summer to the back of the summer.
Great. That's exactly what we need, Hilda.
Oh, I know it. And it'll bring tourists from everywhere, you know.
That is tremendous.
And I was listening to about y'all talking about the golf capital of the world,
Right.
which
Mickey
is
McCain
here.
was shown
Yeah.
last Wednesday.
And that's true. A lot of people, but you know, everybody has their feelings about the airport.
Uh-huh.
I'm for taking the money and remodeling because of all the roads we've got
Right.
going in and out where we don't have that
Yeah.
with the other one.
Right.
Now, what I'm hoping that if they do that they'll build me a new convention center with over seating for 30,000 people.
That'd be tremendous.
We
a
can
big
bring
trade
the Miss
center
America.
or a big.
we can bring
right.
everything here. We
That would
need
be
that
fantastic.
convention center.
Save those dollars. What if you could have a convention center
Uh-huh.
and I-73 and a bigger airport or a new airport? If you could do it all.
Well, you know, I look at Myrtle Beach, even though it's grown, it's a family
Right.
type thing.
Yeah, sure.
Vacation. they're going to come in the cars. They're not going to take with 4 or 5 children or 6 children and go by plane. You know?
That's a good point, but for convention centers, now I'm not into a debating convention center. I mean, to
I
fill out convention centers, we're going to need tremendous air traffic to get the folks in, because the families that are coming in. And that's a good point. Of course, our big goal here, Hilda, is to pump up the fight against heart disease and stroke. We've got an event in 72 hours.
And that's why I'm here today, because it's
and it is
very
Valentine's Day. We're right in the heart of Heart Month.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's very important to me, because in 1963, my father had a stroke.
Is that right?
Yes, he did, and died.
Your father died from a stroke?
From a stroke.
I didn't know that, Hilda.
But see, back then, they didn't know about the carotid artery.
Right.
So whenever I had 5 small strokes, but the biggie was the one that they had to do this, and it saved my life. Had it not been for research that they had come up with this surgery, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. And see, people don't realize that. They don't realize that in their own family that could happen.
Right.
Because it did in mine. And I'm diabetic, and of course we're susceptible to strokes all the time.
Oh yeah, very definitely.
But I feel like that people, if they understood what this money meant for research, to save lives.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think back of the lives that could have been saved back then had this been known.
Right.
But it wasn't, because we didn't have the money to do the research. So research is where it's really at. And see, with stroke, heart attack, diabetes, MD, all of it.
Right.
But it goes back to the same thing.
Yes.
Research.
Hilda, and speaking of that, if a viewer needs to get off to school now or off to work, they can still be a part of this Saturday night's Hardball. There's still a handful of tickets available. They got to call now. Is it the 626-3939 number?
Yes. And the thing about it, please, if you're not going to come to the ball and really enjoy yourself and see everybody in town in the tux and the gowns, and it's going to be quite. This is the biggest show that we have every year.
Yeah.
It's a heart association. Right. And the thing about it, if you can't come, buy a ticket, at least one ticket, and give it to somebody you know that would love to come.
That's a great point.
Doesn't have the money.
And a lot of folks are coming solo. They don't have to be with dates. Just come and have a good time.
Just
you don't have to
come
worry
and
about
enjoy yourself.
You're coming, just I believe, without a date. You'll be with Pete or John, right?
Peter
Pete
picked
Sealer.
me up.
Picking
Either
you up.
Pete or John.
Or Dr. John Staney. That's right. You've got a good escort.
Right.
You've got a good escort.
I'll tell you something. John, I call him doctor now because he is.
He is now. That's right.
Yes.
Got a doctorate.
He picked me up before Christmas, and he had a friend from Russia.
Right.
And they did a private concert for me.
Dennis Plutalo.
Oh,
yeah.
It was absolutely out of this world.
The Russian
and
piano
he's another
guy.
one I could have took home with me.
Oh, wow.
But, of course,
I thought you did. Yeah, you went to his house. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
That's
his
right.
house.
That's right. He took
but
you on.
It was wonderful. Oh,
yeah, I heard
and then John, I didn't know John was such a chef.
He and Donald Smith are master chefs. They do all that stuff in Conway, Hilda. It's amazing. Men in Conway, they just find a way.
We might need to move over to Conway.
McLaren and I are going to, that's right, we ought to move to Conway, all of us,
yeah. But really and truly, this is such a beautiful ball that we're going to be having here. And you know, we've come back home.
Yeah.
Because this is where it started.
Joe Delaney said that last week, Hilda.
It is.
You heard
it's
that.
Where it started.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be back.
Right.
And I did not know that they had bought the Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know they were building anything else. This is something new.
Oh, yeah, the Royal Palms. They've got the Margate here. I think they said on site now almost 1,500 accommodations on this 145-acre tract.